I just wanted to comment on why I still come to some meetings. Actually, I used to come at the beginning to make my mind believe that I see people are beating it on maybe a weekly basis. We just keep hearing success stories after the other. And now when I could beat my stuttering and I can speak to everyone at any point of time, and I'm not afraid of speaking at all, I still like to come to reassure to myself that it's real and that fluency is really attainable and we can do it. And so I feel as what we were in some kind of vicious cycle, now we are in the other cycle, which we have the reaffirmation and the confirmation, and we support each other, and we are making a good community and spreading the word. And yeah, so I plan to stay around longer, way longer.
Nawaf, you said the magic words, spreading the word. That's the one thing that has disappointed me, that we haven't, we being WSSA, being the world's only community of ex-stutterers and those fast becoming ex-stutterers, the word hasn't spread faster and farther. I know that,
Unfortunately,
like Reddit, they blocked me, and anyone who mentions my name gets thrown out. And I used to be on a lot of stuttering communities on Facebook. They blocked me on almost every stuttering community on Facebook. I'm a terrible person and really hurting a lot of people. And that's the
oh,
way they look at it. And I don't know, anybody here who can online pass the word as you just did here, Nawab, you know, it helps.
but
You're
excuse me,
helping other
Coach.
stutterers when you do it. That's what you're doing.
Before you continue, I will tell you actually something that you might really disagree with me and most of the members, but I think most of the blame falls on the people who stutter. A lot of them, they just trying to adapt with it. They don't want to beat it. They feel that it's impossible to do it. And whenever I speak to them, you can do it. Start reading every night. They don't read every night, and they are just waiting for the magic pill. So I think if Sam is not widely accepted, it's because the PWS are really lazy to work on themselves. But if we did it, I mean, we are the people here are not superheroes. We just have the same mental capacity to everyone. But we had the persistence and we stayed along and we were patient and we didn't give up. But most of PWS don't do that. So I blame them.
Okay, while I agree with what you just said, I think in their defense, for 100 years or so now, the medical community has been preaching stuttering is incurable and it's
Yeah.
gone, must accept it. Don't you know that? You stupid person for thinking otherwise. And we know that's not true. There may be exceptions, but 9 out of 10 or more of the people of stutters I've ever met can beat them, can beat it if they'll work at it. And you're right, a lot of people are lazy. And I will say that past the age of 40, they seem to fall more into acceptance, and they use mainly avoidance, and they don't talk where they're under heat, and where they're not under heat they're okay. That's some of them, but a lot of people, as you know, some of the people here have stuttered most words in most conversations, and they can't hide. There's no way for them to hide. So I agree with you, but we need to spread the word that maybe stuttering is curable and maybe it isn't. But here's what I say we do. We don't appear speech disabled, and we live seamlessly in the fluent world. That's what I say we do.
Mm.
And I think everybody here is doing it now, or can do it and will do it if they stay with this program. And you should not leave this program until you love to speak everywhere. I mean, love to speak everywhere, and you can do it.
True. True. Thank you, Coach.
I also want to say that I'm very blessed that you created this program so many years ago, and it changed my life, and I know it changed a lot of people's lives. So you always have my respect for that.
Thanks, mate. We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
I was always a extrovert somehow, even though I had a real harsh and extreme type of stutter. Ever since high school, it was really, really bad. But somehow I was a talkative person. I was extremely talkative. I had a lot of high school friends at school, outside of school. And ever since I joined the program, I've just been talking even more than usual somehow. And I talk to my wife literally every time, talk to my mother every time. And I was playing football a couple of days ago, and I was the captain there. And when you're playing football, the captain needs to keep on talking for the whole football session. And I was talkative for like hour and a half, and it was really, really good. It was really good. So I just wanted to say that from my side, and what benefited me from the program is the coaching sessions with Lee are really, really helpful. And the crutch that works the best for me is speaking with passion. That really, really helped me. And every time I open a book, I really like to read with passion. All the passion that I have, just read, hour, even 2 hours, and have benefited me really well. I just wanted to say that. Thanks, everyone.
I have to say, Ebros has made one of the most remarkable turnarounds in his speech that I have ever seen in my life. And if you don't believe me, just go on, look at some of his. I've only Skyped with him a few times, but go back to the first one, the second one. This guy was stuttering every word. He has taken up. He has proven he's the ultimate way to beat stuttering. As I said at the beginning of this session, is to think about the message, not about the words. And when you can really commit yourself to the message, be excited about what you have to say, and let yourself move around a little bit in a normal way when you do it. If you can do that, you don't need books, you don't need anything else, you're going to be fine. Ebros may be I think he is, of all the several hundred people that I've coached in the 10,000 hours almost that I've done this since 2016, Ebros, I think, is the fastest turnaround, and everybody here should applaud this guy. He embraced message like there is no tomorrow. Ebros, you are a champion. You are a hero. I would erect a statue to you. Keep it up and don't look back, and just keep doing what you're doing. It's working, mate. You're doing great.
Thank you very much, Coach. I appreciate it.
A very inspiring 1 hour to spend on a Saturday afternoon. Ebros, your presentation was terrific today. I don't know that I've connected or seen you on these calls today, but I don't have full recall of everybody. Of course, Coach does, because he met all of you at the beginning of his instructional game with you. But you were terrific today, and everybody does know. Someone, Ebros just suggested, I think it was Steve, that you have the very best beard of ever anybody on this thing. You remind me, I'm a kind of an NBA basketball fan, which Coach knows. You look a little bit like James Harden, who's now playing for the Houston. But really,
I know James Harden, yeah.
Yes, it's very impressive what you've done, and appreciate your work.
Thank you very much, Ambassador.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Ebros, your speech is really inspiring. So it would be really great if you could share what you do in a day to improve your speech, for example, regarding the 1, 2, 3 punch, so that, we'll all know how sincerely you're doing it and how it is improving your speech.
Hi, producer. Every morning I would do my daily mind training teachings every morning, and I would always do it with passion. So I'd say to myself, uh, for example, today I'm going to speak amazingly. Or I would say to myself, I love speaking over the phone. And what benefited me the most is talking with passion. And apart from the daily mind training techniques, I'm also doing my reading. So I'm reading one of Lee's books, and I'm reading that like 2 hours per day, every day. And I'm reading that with passion as well. Every time I do that, and every conversation I have with people, I'm just trying to implement either um, either speaking with passion or speaking in increments, and that really benefited me. And now I really like talking to people. It's it's one of my favorite things to do now, and I'm going to keep on practicing that every single day, and I'm not going to stop doing that until I die.
Great, Ibros.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
And the more you do it, the easier it's getting
Yeah.
every single day.
I just want to say that the passion that you're speaking with, Ibros, it's like it's amazing because it's hard enough to just, you know, put yourself out there and like put yourself out there in these pressure situation and speak, but to speak with passion on top of that is actually like, it requires a lot of willpower, and that's like amazing. And I can feel the passion. Like I feel very inspired after hearing you talk. It makes me want to talk. It makes me want to, on the internet they call it yapping, like yapper. Like it makes me want to just yap. um and update on my speech so far. I'm working on actually that aspect of my speech currently, just speaking slower and speaking with more um like passion actually. And I tried to get into self hypnosis. I even emailed some of the coaches about it, but I realized that I first need to be more like the self affirmations that we do every day. After I felt like I became a PWSS, I kind of just didn't feel the need to like continue the affirmations every day, etc. But I realized that that was not like right for me to do. I should keep continuing my affirmations every morning, every night. And I'm starting to just like continue the affirmations, and once I get used to that, then I'm gonna continue try doing self hypnosis so that I can beat like more social anxiety and other problems, because the fear doesn't go away that easily. So yeah, that's what I'm working on as of now.
I want to add that Asma came to us when she was 15, and she was the youngest of three sisters who stuttered. And she was the brave one who contacted us, and we spent some time together. She stopped stuttering, and then her sisters, one by one, did as well. And she's the one that I tried to get her, all three of her sisters. I met them all as a group on one occasion, and I urged them to sing when anybody started stuttering. Everybody should sing what they were saying. And I
Singing
called them the
sisters,
Singing
yeah.
Guitar Sisters, and I offered to
Yeah.
be their agent. They didn't accept me. I was going to try and book them. They're all cute. They're all pretty. At any event, they all three stopped stuttering and joined us. And Asma also is she found us. She was on Reddit when she found us, but since then, I think Reddit, she said to me, she wrote me and said, "Why aren't you on Reddit?" And I said, "I never heard of it." I'm an ignoramus, you know. So I joined it and they let me talk for a couple of times and then they nailed me and said, "Oh no, this guy believes that stuttering can be stopped. We can't have him on here." So they blocked me.
Yeah, I think correct. I think that was Discord. It's like a app that like youngsters use a lot. I invited you to a like stuttering group chat on Discord and had like thousands of people. And I was also kind of shocked to see how people were so um like people were not very open to your method.
Yeah,
And it was kind of strange to me as well, but I realized it's because on the internet, like as soon as you search like what's the cure for like stuttering, the first thing in bold is like there's no cure, and that's like
exactly.
it's ingrained in their heads, and everything else is a scam. Everything else is a scam. Because I was like hesitant at first too. I'm not gonna lie, when I first discovered this program. But like luckily I reached out to Lee, like Coach Lee directly. But if I surfed through the internet more, then I would end up believing that this is a scam because everyone out there is like, yeah. I was just
And
one
you
of
know,
the lucky ones.
the thing though, Asma, that I've never understood is before there was a WSSA or anything like that, um, I mean, I've never charged anyone for any coaching I've ever done. I've asked a few
That's the
people,
thing.
I asked a few people, I said, if you can buy some sessions or make a donation, we'd appreciate it. Meanwhile, I'll coach you anyway. And that's the way it's always been. So how is it a scam? I've given away more books than I've sold. If you join WSSA, you can get all my books. It's a joke. We don't charge anything. 27 cents a day is $99 a year. That's for the whole program.
Even
One of
right
the
now.
first stutterers I ever coached spent $30,000 on therapy in the US, in the state of New York. And he stuttered worse than anybody here ever stuttered. He hadn't stuttered in 7 years. And he lives in Canada now, where you were in school. Incidentally, though, anything that I know you go online and because people your age do, and I know you do. If anything you can say anywhere that about WSSA, it's not about me. It's about WSSA, and we have the world's only community of ex-stutterers. That Asma says a world of good. The only organization in the world of ex-stutterers, Asma. That is the message. And if you or anybody here can spread it, you're helping other stutterers by the legion when you do it. So if there's any way, I don't know how you do it, but you would know.
I do remember that like the first few Skype sessions that we had, I wasn't charged anything for those Skype sessions. So I don't
You were
understand
never
how people.
charged anything for any session by me, never, nor
No,
were your
yeah,
sisters.
not at all.
No, and as a
Exactly.
matter of fact, as I recall, whatever organization we had at the time, we had an SAC before WSSA. I think
Yeah.
we gave you the membership. I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're so happy you're here and congratulations on becoming a certified speech therapist. We're so glad to have you and we'll look
Glad to be
for
here.
your good work with
Amazing program.
people. You're going to help some people. That's important.